Hey Matthew, how you doing?
Doing great, Hugh. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for taking the time to be on our show.
Certainly.
Matthew, I've been very excited to talk to you. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do and background.
Sure. So I'm Matthew Lamons. I founded the Intelligence Factory. Over my career, I've had interest from behavioral psychology to starting multiple businesses, primarily in technology. And the goal I've always had is how do we get the best technology into every person's hands so they can do the things that they want to do easier, faster, smarter.
Okay, that's fair. That sounds great. So you definitely are an AI expert. So the big question in the world is today, is AI the answer? Is it the problem? Is it the answer to all our problems? What do you think?
Yes, is the answer, right?
Okay. All
So
the above.
yeah, if you want the one word answer, the answer is yes. Yes. Is AI going to be a problem? Yes, we're seeing it now. And even if that problem is worry, right? That we worry that artificial intelligence will be used by people who don't want the best for everyone, and they're going to use it in ways that are mean, right? And or is the AI a great tool that will build solutions that we can't have imagined, even 4 or 5 years ago? Yes, the answer is yes, right? So it all depends on what we want to do. AI is going to enable us to do those things faster with more alacrity and aplomb, right? If we want to get philosophical with it, so it's we are seeing that across multiple industries, whether it's technology, healthcare, supply chain. What we're looking for out of artificial intelligence is how do we get to where we would have been if we would have had an extra 10 years of experience? Artificial intelligence can shorten that so that our iteration to where we should be in optimization of processes gets really, really fast.
Yeah. I think that's one of the biggest things, especially like in research where you can create thousands or hundreds of thousands of scenarios, putting in the right data to be able to come out with a solution or an answer
Yeah.
where it would have taken you weeks, months, or years. You know.
Yeah, and we don't live long enough, right? And what we're finding out is, well, what we can do is we can have these machines running artificial intelligence models, and they can have generations and lifetimes and epochs of experience that we cram into a couple of weeks worth of training, even that, or a day's worth of training. And so
Right.
imagine if you could live 10,000 years, how smart would you be, right?
Right.
Well, we can do that with the machine and artificial intelligence, and they just learn in very small incremental steps, but they do it so fast, and we just cram so much data at it that they're not geniuses, but we give them a genius level of experience. And
Okay.
when we start asking questions, we start getting genius level answers as a result.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, of course, everybody is worried about jobs. Is it going to take my job? Is it going to take everybody's job? Are we going to have job losses? Are we going to have job gains? What do you think is going to happen now?
Yeah, we should expect job shifts. New
Right.
jobs will come along that haven't been that we couldn't have thought were needed before, and some jobs will certainly go away. If you're in marketing and your job used to be creating social media posts, that is a job that is clearly going to go away because you can
Right.
have ChatGPT create posts for you as quickly, understanding the sentiment of your Twitter base or your X base, your Instagram community base, and create posts that are perfectly aligned to those communities. That kind of position that was very popular over the last 5 or 10 years is going to go away. But those people now can do other things, right? They could actually be managing the prompt engineering for those large language models to do those services for other companies. So they may service now 5 or 6 companies, 10 companies, whereas they were only servicing one. So there'll be
Right.
less, but they'll be more effective. And those
Yeah.
other people will be doing other things.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, and I think that's one of the things too that we see is uh, education is going to be key. Being able to either re-educate yourself, further education in what you're doing, or like you said, it's a perfect example where maybe you're doing more volume in what you're doing, but less effort, right? I mean, what's
Yeah.
the whole purpose of AI? It's supposed to make our life easier, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
we'll be driving the decisions more. So we're what artificial intelligence particularly does now at this stage of the technology is it empowers people to be the decision makers. So they can have now a fleet of people that work underneath them doing all kinds of work, and they can evaluate, well, this agent worked much better for me than this other agent. So I like this agent's answer. I'm going to push that forward into whatever process I am engaged in. So almost everyone now becomes a mini manager of a process versus the direct actor or engaged in that process's activities.
And that's kind of how your AI works, right?
In a way, yeah, in a way. Derive is a data-driven decision platform. So it's computationally precise. So unlike other platforms where you can get some answers, you can't really drive complex computations in a way that's consistent or reliable. Derive allows average people without having an understanding of code to ask very complex questions of data sets and not only retrieve information from that data, what was the value of this, what was our sales last quarter, but make scenarios and simulations on that on those data sets to ask what if questions. What if we had changed our pricing? What will happen next year if we change our pricing and based on all the other things holding stable? So our technology is a very democratic way of putting artificial intelligence into people's hands with the language that they know how to use and the technical skills that they have. Not everybody's going to be a programmer. We have more and more engagement with programs, but we don't need to, everybody doesn't need to be a programmer for that. And Derive is in that type of a product space.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things is the user friendly of how are to operate these different systems, and even whether it's ChatGPT, Gemini, or Copilot, if you don't ask the right questions, it's not going to give you the answers that you want. It may be something vague or
Yeah.
whatever. And really, it is still of a complex of how to ask the questions. That's why you got all these other AI platforms that are based on these platforms, because they really make it easier to be able to accomplish the goal that you're trying to do, which, like, for yourself, I mean, the data that gives and the information gets invaluable, and it's a lot of time saved. So Matthew, how would someone get in contact with your company to find out more about your product and your progress and how things are moving?
Sure. Thank you very much. The best way is to go to our website, TIFF.ai. That's TIF.ai. And you'll learn about Derive, which is our market entry product, which is data-driven decision platform. Vision, which is our 3D operations digital twin for whole operations that's in a 3D environment. It's very cool and visually exciting, and all of our contact information is there. So we'll be releasing our beta product of Derive after the first of the year, and you'll be able to use it. It's low cost, doesn't take a lot of integration for the individual level. We have business and enterprise tiers for that. So we're excited about it. And I think this is a great time for that type of technology because it's a Star Trek world, right? You're going to be able to talk to your computer. It's going to be able to do things. And I think we're going to be smarter because of it.
Wonderful. Well, I'm excited to see it. It sounds like it's going to be a very bright future. It's not going to be a crisis. I think it's going to be great. Matthew, thank you. Thank you so much for coming on the show, and hopefully look forward to having you on again.
Thanks, Hugh. Have a great day.
You too. Take care.